This time of year, it's all about the Christmas crafts. And in today's video, I'm combining two of my favorite things, Christmas and the beach. I want to do something beachy but Christmassy at the same time. So it's going to be a combination of the two. Hobby Lobby has the Christmas stuff on sale, and I picked up this little pack of mini trees. So it was what, $2 for a pack of 12, and I'm going to try to make some little Christmas ornaments, beachy themed, but Christmassy at the same time. So got my gloves on, I'm going to mix some resin, and I'm going to use the Let's Resin Fast Cure, and probably, I'm going to go ahead and do 60. Can always mix more and have leftovers. I am going to split some off in a little cup and color it with the liquid resin dye from Let's Resin, the turquoise. It's this one. I'm going to shake it if it's been sitting for a little while because it can sort of get, the pigment can kind of go to the bottom. Look what a mess. So I'm going to add just one drop. Actually, that was a drop and a half. It is such a pretty color. Mix it really well. So pretty. You see, it's so pigmented. It really, really does not take very much at all. All right, so what I'm going to do with this is use it to paint basically a little bit on the shell. So I'm just going to kind of pour this on the shell just to get it on there. And then I'm going to spread it with my finger. And some of these are flat and some of these are a little bit more of a bowl shape. What they call them cups. And as the shell, oops, the resin will self-level. So I'm not really worried about that. It's going to self-level. It's going to be fabulous. And I'm trying really hard not to get resin on the back of the shell. If I do, it's not a big deal. I can always get it off later. That's a nice big one. So I'm just spreading it on the very front of the shell. I'm going right to the edge, but not going over the edge. So it's almost like you're painting it with resin. Just like that. This is probably just the right amount to give our background color, like an ocean. Yeah, I have a little bit more in some of these. So they will end up pooling at the, in the bowl part, and it's going to look like a little ocean. It'll look really, really cool. Come on, man. Here we go. And then this one's super flat. But I was trying to pick out shells that were about the same size. And these are from an oyster roast that my friend had. And so this was from last year, I think. Normally, I use oyster shells that I find on the beach, but when my friend offered these to me, I was not about to turn them down. You can also ask seafood restaurants to save
Now
them for
along the
you.
bottom,
I'm going to use a little bit of my mermaid trash, which is my mix of crushed shells and glitter and bubbles and more crushed shells and a little bit of glass. Did I already say glass? I think I did. Just all the shiny, wonderful things that mermaids love. So this is going to be my beach. I do sell this on my Etsy, but if you have access to crushed shells and sand and glitter, you can make this yourself. 100%. It's very easy. I have a video in my profile from about a year ago where I show you how to make this. And see, you don't need very much at all. A little bit more. Okay. Now, that should be enough to hold the sand, but I'm going to take the clear resin and just kind of drizzle it over the sand. And it's probably going to drip on some of these, but I can sand off the drips later. It's really easy to do. I have the Let's Resin sander that makes this so much easier, makes sanding so much easier. And I'll show you that at the end if I have drips. I may not have drips, but this will just kind of seal in the sand like that. You don't need much of that mermaid trash at all. Okay, so now with the little Christmas trees, I wish I had bought more, but let me try to find these on Amazon. I'm gonna leave the base on there, I think, and just kind of set it right there, and I'll probably go back and just drizzle a little bit of clear resin on it, and I wonder if I should do that now. So here is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking put some clear resin on the back. You don't, it really does not need that much. And then stick it on there. That's probably going to be enough. That may stick. But just kind of smoosh it on the back. Stick it on the shell. It's going to stick. For sure. That one's not wanting to stay straight. That's okay. I think I have 13 shells. I think I miscounted. These may be available at the Dollar Tree too. Maybe not a pack of 12, but you probably can find these at Dollar Tree. I just didn't look because I happen to be at Hobby Lobby. I needed ornament blanks. All right, so I need an extra tree, but that's okay. I will make do with something else on that one. All right, now I'm going to add a couple of turtles. I have turtles of all different sizes, all different types. And you know, I like to add more than one, so I'm going to add 2 to each one of these. Oopsie. I do like these little silver ones. I need to get some more. I bought a whole pack, a new pack at the beginning of the season, and I've almost gone through all of them. But they have a flat back, so these are spacer beads. They have a flat back and then a hole in the middle, which is really good for this kind of project because you don't have to worry about snipping off like the top little bezel, which is really nice. Cannot believe I have used so many turtle charms this year already. That is crazy. But I make a lot of ornaments. I sell a lot of ornaments, and I'm going to go through the charms. But I like to add more than one whenever I'm doing these because it just, I don't know, it just adds a little bit extra, a little extra interest. Oh, that one flipped upside down. There we go. this is the last one. And then this one, let's add a couple of turtles. And then a starfish. That's too big. Let's add a small one. Perfect. Well, I just added 2. Okay. And now the rest of this clear, I'm going to put on top of the turtles. I probably could have done this, the drizzle, all at once, but I'm just kind of cementing everything in. I don't know if it's necessary to put it on top of the Christmas tree, but I'm doing it anyway. I think it'll kind of seep down in between like the branches of the tree and just sort of glue everything down. And plus, I really like the look of extra resin in these oyster shells, especially the ones, oh, I missed that one completely, especially the ones that are kind of a bowl shape like this one, because the resin will seep in, it will self-level in the bowl, and then it looks like a little ocean. Love it. Yeah, 60 milliliters was a little bit too much, but I much rather mix too much than too little and have to stop what I'm doing and mix more. All right, let's just get rid of all this resin because my oven timer just went off and I have a pizza cooking, so I better go. And this fast cure is going to be ready in a couple of hours, so, but I am going to let these cure up overnight because it's dinner time and I'm hungry, so I will see you all tomorrow. These will be cute. I think these are going to be really, really cute. So these turned out okay. I think the Christmas trees look a little bit plain. Tea Expert did send me their, well, you can't see it, but they sent me their box of colored UV resin. Oh, these are huge bottles. Look at that. These are huge bottles of colored UV resin. So there's yellow, blue, white, red, and black. And so what I'm going to do is shake it up because in shipping, the pigments can settle. So I'm going to shake it up. And then you got to pop that little top off and then put on the top. Oh, I do not know if this is gonna work, but we're gonna try it. So I gotta cure it fast because if I wait, so I'm putting the light on it as soon as I put that drop on there. I think I like that. Now I could probably also maybe brush on some clear UV resin, sprinkle some sprinkle some beads on there. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna get my light. But I mean, the color is really nice. And I really like that color. Well, let's just try a little, ugh, that's really sticky. I'm gonna try just a little bit of UV resin. I don't think I'm gonna like this as much, and I'll tell you why. Because I don't think it's gonna stick. See that? That's not gonna work. All right, let's go back to this plan. I am speeding this part up because it's literally the same repetitive process on all 12 shells. So what I'm doing is applying a very small dot of UV resin, then immediately popping the UV light on it. And I'm using the Let's Resin flashlight, and I use it a lot because it's so portable. And I really like this resin too because it seems to cure pretty quickly. Now I am gonna stick these under my big light and let it finish curing. So I might have to do it in sections, but that is okay. I can just kind of bunch them together and do it that way. There you go. And then the last thing to do is just to add a hanger. I bought this, I think this is 1/4 inch. Pretty sure this is 1/4 inch ribbon. It's almost a little bit too wide. But I think I can make that work. I cut the ribbon into 12-inch pieces, and then I just spread it through the hole, make a knot at the base of the shell, and then tie another knot at the top so it can be hung on a tree or a bottle of wine or a gift tag. You could also add beads to your ribbon or other embellishments, but remember to add the cost of all your supplies when deciding on how to price your ornaments. I like to keep my prices low, so I don't add a lot of extras the majority of the time. And I sell these for $5 each. A lot of people say I'm underpriced, but I would rather have people walk out of my booth with a few ornaments in a bag than walk out because they're too high. I rarely sell just one ornament. I posted an ornament video a few days ago and got blasted by this viewer who thought I just needed to stop being lazy and get a real job already. I like to share my pricing strategy with you to help you make those decisions for your own art, whatever it is. And this viewer just did not like the fact that I'm, heaven forbid, making money at my doing something that I really, really love. I will have the video linked above in case you want to go and read her full comment and then my very tame reply. Making these crafts and sharing them on YouTube and then selling them at art shows is not just about the money for me. I have a regular full-time, very full-time job that I absolutely love. And this is just my side gig that I love just as much because I can share my ideas and ramblings with all of you. And so what if I make money with it? Isn't that a job too? Nothing about this, any of this is lazy at all. And that's just an insult to all of us who make crafts and spend hours on our feet in the hot sun at a craft show, talking to everyone until we are literally hoarse, smiling until our jaws are sore. And we get up at dawn the next day to do it all over again. And I absolutely love it. It is very, very hard work, but it is also very rewarding, very rewarding. I love talking to people. I love sharing ideas. So go check out that video and the comment that I pinned to the top. And, feel free to leave your own comment. And while we're at it, let me know what you think about these cute little ornaments. I'm actually heading over to Michael's. Oh, look at that one. I'm heading over to Michael's today to try to find some of these little Christmas trees and probably end up making some more. So let me know what you think. And, always make sure to have a crafty day. Bye, friends.